What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and a brand new video. In this week's video we'll be taking a look at how I made some picture frames from a really crooked black walnut board using rail and style router bits. In this video we'll demo the entire process in case you would like to make something similar yourself. So the first thing I did was to find the most crooked board possible. Now I'm using walnut for this. You could always use a not crooked board and something that was nice and straight, but a crooked board will make it a little bit harder on myself, and why do something the easy way when you can do it the hard way? In all seriousness, I just decided that this would be a good opportunity to get rid of that walnut board that was crooked because I wouldn't be able to use it for anything else on a bigger scale. So to get these boards squared up to where they can actually be used for this project, we'll go through the basic milling process. And that milling process starts out on the joiner where we will face joint one side, edge joint the other side, take it down to the thickness that we want on the planer, and since I'm using rail and style bits to put these together, we want that width right at about 3/4 of an inch. Finally, these boards are ripped to width on the table saw, and then I use the crosscut sled just to square up each edge before I actually put these together using the router bits. So these frames will be made from and assembled using rail and style bits like I mentioned earlier. Now I already did a previous video explaining everything in detail with these rail and style bits, so if you click on the video at the top of the screen you can get a little more detail on what I'm doing. But for the sake of this video and keeping it short, rail and style bits are two bits that interlock with each other and match up a profile on the edges of two pieces to put them together, which makes a really unique joint that can be used in frames, cabinet hardware, or anything else with a face frame, with a nice fancy piece of trim already made on the inside. The other cool thing with these bits is that they leave a groove on the inside so you can slide either a panel, a piece of glass, or a sheet good product in the middle to make up that panel for your door frame, or in this case for the picture frame. So we will use the first bit in the set to cut out a groove on each piece on both the long and the short sides of all the pieces that will make up the frame. After those pieces are cut, we will take the second bit and we'll use that to cut out the ends that will interlock on that profile. You can see here how these bits do interlock with each other like I mentioned earlier in the video. Those ends on the other pieces will be cut at a perpendicular angle to the fence and also to the cut that we made previously. So I'll be using this coping sled to hold the piece firmly in place so that that cut can be made safely. Before we do that, I use the crosscut sled to cut those pieces to width, and then putting the detailed side down on the coping sled, I can clamp it in place and simply cut on the end that'll match up on that other rail that we're not going to cut these angles on. So we'll do this on both sides of the piece, again with that detailed profile down, and then you can see how these pieces lock together, forming the rail and style cut joint. I'll be using plexiglass in place of the glass here, but I used the glass piece that I already had to make the measurement to figure out how long that those side pieces would need to be. And in no time I had a nice frame made with these rail and style bits. The only problem was that I wanted to be able to put a picture and the glass piece in through the backside without taking these things apart, since they would be glued together. So I needed to trim a little bit of the backside off in order to get that picture and the glass piece down in there. This was fairly easy and straightforward on the smaller pieces, but on the longer pieces, if I cut that entire backside rail off, there would be a gap on the end of the frames, which wouldn't look right after these pieces were assembled. So I threw a couple clamps on the fence to serve as start and stop blocks. With the blade all the way down, I turned the saw on and cranked the blade up through the piece, and then I could push the piece forward. Now I kind of messed up here because I left the riving knife on, so that's why that board doesn't push smoothly. But you can see here that it cuts a gap on the inside section, but doesn't extend all the way to the very end of the piece. So using a trim saw and a chisel, I was very carefully able to cut that middle section out and then just smooth out that end profile, again using the chisel to make everything flush with the inside piece of that piece that I cut out. And locking those pieces back together, you can see how that inside shelf profile goes all the way around the inside, which will allow me to put the glass and the picture down inside of the frame, but also be able to access it from the back side whenever this thing is finally glued together. A little later, when the glue was dry, I sanded everything down to 120, and then I cut a detailed profile on the outside edge using the smallest roundover bit that I had. To hold the picture and the glass in place, I'll just be using some thin plywood as a backer board. And then I also wanted to use plexiglass instead of real glass. I'm not sure if you're supposed to cut plexiglass on the table saw, but I just used the push block to hold it down firmly and went really slow, and it worked out okay. For the finish on these picture frames, I'm using shellac. I think shellac is a finish that's often overlooked, but I use shellac because it dries so quickly, and also it'll keep the nice look of the natural walnut. So you brush a little bit on, wipe off the excess, let it dry. And then the only thing left to do was to install some turn buttons on the back side that would hold the glass, the picture, and the backer board in place. These are really easy to install. This only took a couple seconds. So after those are in, you put the glass, then you would put the picture down, followed by that backer board, turn the turn buttons over, and then that will be secured in place. So here's a final look at the frames as well as the pictures that went in the frames. These were a last-minute Christmas gift. So I hope you enjoyed this quick video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and of course, stay tuned for more.